Hi everyone, welcome back to this week's video. Mark here from Digital Groove Online. This week's video I'm going to look at a client's track. They've brought me in one of their tracks that they've brought up to a certain standard, and then we sat and worked on it a little bit and brought the mix down up to date. But it got me thinking, a lot of my clients suffer from trying to get a perfect balance in a mix. If you're at the beginning stage, this is for you, really. As you get more advanced at making music, your ear starts to get better and finer tuned to the frequencies. You start referencing other people's tracks and mix downs, and it does become better over time. But if you're new to music production and you're starting to get yourself into a little bit of a rhythm and making some sort of a nice track, and the balance of that mix just doesn't seem to be right, I'm going to show you a little trick by using Pink Noise and how to get a balance that is there or thereabouts, and it should come across really well on your speakers. So I'm just going to give you a little before and after. So this is the track that the student had brought to me. It's a nice track, sort of a melodic tech house, melodic techno track, and this is after. So using the Pink Noise technique, we're going to look at how to get the balance of this mix to be a lot better than it originally started out. So Pink Noise is just this here, and you can download it online. A lot of the Splice, Loopcloud, even YouTube have samples of these online somewhere, and you can rip those off and bring them into your project. It just covers a nice frequency curve, and it helps whenever you're balancing your mix out. So I'll show you how to achieve that in a second. But this is what it sounds like. I've turned it down to -22 there. It can be a little bit funny on your ears, but this doesn't take that long to do, as you'll see in a second. So this is what it sounds like. Okay. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to move this to the top of the screen. And what we're going to do then is I'm just going to go to the mixer section here, and I'm going to bring down each channel that we need to use. A lot of these channels aren't included in parts of the section that we're looping over here, so I'll just try and reference which ones we actually need to move. Now, because I've brought the Pink Noise down, the Pink Noise itself, then the mix itself is going to be clear, but it's going to be low, but at the end we'll bring those volumes all back up together. Okay, so let's take each one and work our way down it. So I'm going to take the next one across here, which is the clap, and we'll bring that down to 0, and we're going to solo that with the Pink Noise, and we're going to play that sound. And what you're looking for is just audible above the Pink Noise, and then we move on to the next sound. So what that sounds like is this. So you can hear it up here. Okay, so something like that, just audible above the Pink Noise. We're going to turn that off, and then I'm going to have a look at the next channel, which will be the synth loop. Let's solo that. Go back in here. We're going to pull that down. Remember, we're keeping the Pink Noise soloed with it, and we're just moving across and soloing each track that we need to do this with. And we're going to do the same thing again. Okay, cool. What's the next sound after that? It's the pluck. And by the way, how I'm soloing more than one channel is just by holding down control and clicking and unclicking, and that will solo and take off whichever ones it is you want to work with. Let's pull that one down. Okay, that's cool. And then we will move down to our base. It is grouped in this instance, so we'll just pull it down and mix it up. And what's next after that? The drum rack. So let's take this one off, move down to the drum rack, pull it down, start pushing it up. Probably nice enough there. Next one after that is the percussion. Move down to the percussion. And again, that's in a group. Let's pull that down to the bottom, hit play. After the percussion, it is the student's track. We're going to leave that out. And I'm not going to worry about that or that. And that is the exported version from earlier on. So realistically, that should be all the tracks now. So we can take off this solo. The pink noise is turned off. Now remember what I said at the start, the mix will be very low because I didn't want the pink noise ringing too much in people's ears when they were doing this. So what we will do then is we will highlight all those selected tracks and we will bring them back up again in volume. So let me just highlight them all first of all. Just going to highlight this, hold down Control, let's move our way down. The ones that are affected. Actually, there's one there that we've missed, this little white noise thing here. So let's take that off again and do the pink noise. And these are little, actually there's two there. There's this little one at the end as well. Let's do that one first. Yeah. Okay, and then we will do the same with these little white noise hits. Okay, so those were in fact needed. So let's go back and do what we were doing again. Pink noise is off. We're going to select the channels that we're working with so we can bring the overall volume of all this up so you can hear it. Percussion. Just making sure that the pink noise mix was turned off here, and the track is turned off as well, so we're just hearing the actual mix itself of all those channels. Now if I go back to the mixer, just a second. It's channel 2. So I start bringing this up, maybe till about there, and then we can have a listen to it all in one go. Here we go. little bit louder. So there you go, a quick and handy trick to get a nice balanced mix down if you're new to music production and you haven't quite mastered doing it by ear yet and referencing other people's tracks. Just bring in a sample of Pink Noise. Now it won't be perfect, you might have a little bit of a preference after you do this mix down, like myself there, the kick needed to be a little bit louder, maybe the percussion samples as well, but it's there or thereabouts and it's a nice balance throughout and it does sound quite nice. So I hope you've enjoyed that short video this week. I was planning on getting back into my remix from the week before. Unfortunately, I couldn't do that this week. So hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you next week.